Jason Silverstein, I've known him for quite a few years as an investor and a realtor. And like I said before, Jason is going to talk about his journey in Toastmasters to show you what is possible for you. Jason first joined Toastmasters about 10 years ago and then quit. And he came back when he had a stronger purpose. Please help me welcome Jason Silverstein.
Good afternoon, everybody. You could be a good public speaker. Yes, you. I first started about 10 years ago in Toastmasters, and the reason why I did is because I had a coach at the time, and I said to her, the primary thing that I want to work on is I want to be able to talk to people better. Because at the time, if someone would ask me a question, I could only give a very short answer. If I wanted to give a longer answer, there would be hesitations between my thoughts, and people would frequently interrupt me, and so I'd be misunderstood. She said to me that I should join Toastmasters, because at Toastmasters you have experience speaking in front of a group of people, and if you could talk in front of a group of people, you could more easily talk to people one-on-one and in small groups. I already had experience giving short talks at networking meetings, so I knew it was something I enjoyed doing, so I was ready to give it a try. I get to Toastmasters, and at Toastmasters, one of your first speaking assignments is table topics. And at table topics, you get asked a question, and you go for at least 1 minute, and then you see the green light, and then you could sit down. I get asked my question, and I'm talking, and I'm talking, and I'm talking, and I'm looking for the green light. I'm saying, where's the green light? I've been talking here forever. What's going on? I couldn't even make it for 1 minute. And then the same thing happened when it came to speeches, where we had to go for at least 5 minutes. I would get to the 4-minute mark, and I would start raising my hand and see if anyone had any questions, because I couldn't make it to 5 minutes. I had to ask people in the audience to help me out. That's where I started from. But I was determined to get better. So I came back week after week after week. I had the best attendance of anybody for a while. And I did get better, because when you start off all the way down here, it's easy to get better. But then I hit a plateau, and I really wasn't getting much better. And I started having negative thoughts. I started comparing myself to other people. And I thought to myself, I'm never going to be as good as Sally Jones. Sally Jones. And because of that, I started going less often. And I started going every other week instead of every week, and then less and less. Can any of you identify with this, maybe in something? And eventually I just quit. And I never looked back until early 2018. At that time, nothing was going well in my life at all, not in any area. So I was listening to a lot of inspirational material, videos, YouTube videos, audiobooks. And you have to remember, at this time, there was no Jason Silverstein YouTube videos to inspire me. If you can imagine a time like that. So I had to watch other people's stuff to get going. And as I was watching other people's stuff, I had the thought in my head, I can do what they're doing. I can talk to thousands of people, inspire people, and just show people that I could, if I was able to do it, that they can do it. I had this idea, and that really inspired me. And then a few minutes later, I remembered that I was the person who quit Toastmasters. I was the person who imagined I didn't have any natural ability. And then I just started. I did a video and I posted it to social media. And then the next week, I did a video and I posted it to social media. And then the next week, I did a video and I posted it to social media. And the next week, I had this idea that I am the type of person that does videos and posts them to social media. And because of that, I proved to myself that I was willing to do what it took, and I decided to rejoin Toastmasters in October 2018. It was the Sarasota Evening Toastmasters. And there, when it came time for me to give a speech, I started practicing at least 2 weeks in advance. And I practiced in front of a camera. I practiced in front of a camera. And because of that, I got real-time feedback. I would film myself and I would watch it. And I would say, "This is boring." And then I'd film it, watch it again, and I would say, "This is boring." And then I would do it again, and I would say, "This is boring." Fast forward a little, this is boring. And I get to the point where I say, "Well, this is okay." And then I get to Toastmasters, and I do my speech, and I have the camera set up again. And I would just compare what I did during the Toastmasters meeting to when I practiced. And usually the practice was better. And I did this routine over and over and over again, until finally I decided I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go to where the speaking stars are, to where the best speakers in Sarasota hang out. The Sarasota Speakers Exchange. I applied, there was a vote. I made it in by 1 vote. And that's why you see me here today. And then from there, I got invited to the speaking tour, Sarasota Speaks, which was great because now we give talks for 10 minutes. So now I'm the person doing talks for 10 minutes when before I couldn't even talk for 1 minute. And my point in telling you all this is just what is possible for you. Maybe this message will resonate with you today and you'll be ready to take action. Or, like me, you might have to take time off, come back again and decide it's now is the right time. But I want you all to realize that if I was able to do it, you can do it. Thank you.